most spiritual qualities during the same period. So religious commitment stays level, and religious engagement declines. That's these texts are under religious services and so forth. But the spiritual members all show growth during the same period of time. Compared to when they started college as freshmen, the juniors scored higher not only on spiritual quests, but also on the other four spiritual qualities: equanimity, ethic of caring, and ecumenical worldview. The next chart shows the 3-year changes in 4 typical items from the spiritual quest scale. And I'm sure everybody in the back can read those clearly. So I'll read them to you. Something happened to the chart here. Oh, okay. It's not showing on my computer, but it shows up there okay. Whoops. That came out on my show. There we go. Anyway, just so you get the item content, the first pair of bars, the light blue is the freshman percent who endorse the item, and the dark blue bar is the end of junior year percent. And that first question is developing a meaningful philosophy of life. The second one is seeking beauty in my life. The third one is becoming a more loving person.
That's the one I like.
There we go. Becoming a more loving person. And the fourth one is attaining inner harmony. These are all items from the spiritual quest scale that show changes, and there are, again, as many to make the full scale, but we can't show them all on this side of the chart. Typical items from the equanimity scale that shows positive growth during the first 3 years of college are shown in the next chart. And again, I'll read those to you. The first one is seeing each day as a gift. You know, that's why they call it the present. That's a little joke there. That's my Eckhart Tolle joke. Being thankful for all that has happened to me. And the third one is frequently have been able to find meaning in times of hardship. Of course, that's the closer to the dictionary definition of equanimity than I think any of the other items. Observing this growth in students is particularly heartwarming, since they're telling us that they're feeling more at peace and more centered, and are expressing more optimism and gratitude about the direction of their lives. In the past decade, the field of positive psychology has expanded our understanding of human development by focusing attention on human strengths and psychological healthy functioning in general. This field has flourished in recent years, and research has shown that persons who exemplify psychological traits also demonstrate high levels of psychological and physical health. One of the key indicators of healthy psychological is a sense of transcendence, where there are traits such as optimism. We believe that in several of our scales, but especially in equanimity, is important items such as feeling good about the direction in which my life is headed, being thankful for all that has happened to me, and, as I said before, seeing each day, good or bad, as a gift. These modest increases in equanimity are especially interesting in light of the fact that our data also show that students are experiencing a considerable increase in stress during their first 3 years of college. And I think anybody who works with college students will acknowledge that same sense of stress that so many students express. They're just stressed out, as a common phrase you hear. Anybody know what's going on here? The spirits are fooling with our life. It's okay if it's dark or light if it's
Okay,
make up
now-
their mind. Apparently, and this is what's interesting, given that these two measures, that is a measure of stress and a measure of equanimity, are positively associated, it appears then that students' capacity to deal with stress during college years has increased, along with the stress itself. Another spiritually related quality that shows significant growth during college, a worldview scale, and here are some of the items from that scale showing substantial increases, and I'll read them again to you. The first one, improving my understanding of other cultures, helping to improve the human condition. People can grow spiritually without being religious, and feeling a strong connection to all of humanity. Students are not only becoming more interested in other cultures and feeling more connected to others, but they're also becoming more tolerant and more interested in improving the human condition. Hand in hand with this growth and expansion of ecumenical understanding, our data reveal a corresponding increase in ethic of caring. And here we see students are becoming more likely to want to help others, to reduce pain and suffering in the world, and to help clean up the environment and promote racial understanding. The first item, helping others. The second one, reducing pain and suffering. The third one, becoming involved in environmental cleanup. And the fourth one, helping to promote racial understanding. We've recently been examining these last two measures I just discussed, ecumenical worldview and ethic of caring, in greater depth. And our results suggest that certain elements in both qualities can be combined to yield another measure that we've tentatively called global citizenship. We believe that global citizenship reflects a personal quality that should be central to our discussions about preparing students to be citizens of the global community. We feel strongly that the overall pattern of spiritual change and growth that we just described speaks well to what we can expect of this next generation of professionals and leaders. If colleges and universities can strengthen their capacity to promote the development of personal qualities like these we've been discussing, as we look to the future, we can envision an educated workforce that will be more inclusive, more accepting of differences, more caring, less individualistic, more community-centered, and more collaborative. If indeed these findings suggest that many students can accumulate spiritual capital as they progress through college, then we should expect to see our organizations and institutions of the future to be more self-aware and more humane. In the words of Zohar and Marshall, and I'll just read the quote here, institutions rich in spiritual capital are self-aware. They know what they believe in, what and whom they affect, and what they want to achieve. They're value-led, and values of spiritual capital are deep human values. These institutions feel a part of and responsible to the community, the planet, the life itself. We foresee that the greater the spiritual capital of individuals is, the greater will be the spiritual capital of future organizations and institutions. That's my comment at the end of the report.
If we look once more at the data that we have reported thus far, we have to acknowledge that a key question still remains. Is this growth in student spiritual capital accounted by their experiences in college? And if so, what are the types of institutions, faculty qualities, and college experiences that can help to promote in students a greater ethic of caring or ecumenical worldview, a sense of personal equanimity, and overall spirituality? To examine how spirituality and spiritual qualities such as equanimity, caring,